I can do the splits, and I'm still fucking single. Okay? I can do a backflip. I can do a backflip, and I'm still single? Whoa! For what reason? Are you okay? I'm not okay! What do you mean? What do you mean I can handstand? I can handstand! And I'm still single! I have abs, and I'm still single. Yeah. Yeah. I can do the splits on it, and I'm still single. I do my own taxes. I'm still single. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. We're fine. We're okay.
I don't know if this is like a crazy take, but like girls will go to the bar like literally dressed in like almost a thong, but then be like, all guys ever want to do is like hook up with me, and I'm like, wait, like isn't that the whole point of your outfit? Like they'll get upset if guys like sexualize them, but they're like literally sexualizing themselves. I don't know, is this like crazy to think?
You know what's genuinely stressing me out is the amount of men that like don't understand that it is a male's job to pursue. Like, I don't know who you guys are following, like I don't know what's going on in the world of men, but like you do realize biologically like it's your responsibility to pursue a woman. Like she's not supposed to chase you. Like, isn't that common sense? Have we lost the plot? I feel like we lost the plot.
Of TikTok, I am so curious, what exactly do you want women to do? Like, and I ask this because everyone in my comments is always like, why would I want a woman? Like, that's just extra debt. Why would I want a woman? They're all the worst. Like, there's no one worth yearning for. Why would I? And I'm like, what are you seeking from women? Like, what do you, nothing? Like, I guess that's an option. Like, you just don't want them at all. But I'm so curious, like, what would make a woman worth it to you, men of the internet? I'm genuinely curious. Someone please tell me. What would make it, like, worth the debt or worth the yearning? Like, what do you want to see from women? I'm curious.
Who's dating the younger men if the younger women are dating the older men? Ladies, women in their 40s are smarter than you. That's why we've chosen younger men. In Spanish, we say colágeno. Something the young men bring that an old man will never, ever provide. When you meet an older man and he tells you that it was his ex-wife's fault or his ex-girlfriend's fault or someone else's fault and it wasn't him, sis, understand that we don't leave men for no reason. You are not getting a fresh meal, my love. You are getting something that has been microwaved, recooked, refried, put in the air fryer, and still didn't taste good. I am just saying. Young girls, don't date older men unless it is beneficial to you in the long run. Beneficial. Homes, stocks, bonds, whatever form of currency they're offering these days. But I love him. I find him attractive. You don't love him, sweetie. You don't need him. You need a therapist. Remember, mutually beneficial. I am sharing my youth and you are sharing your success. Stay toxic, my friends.
When men stop approaching you, when you stop getting countless of just random DMs from men, you've made it. You've reached that girl level, the baddest of baddists of bitches. When you don't get approached by men. Yeah. When you have this intimidating aura of this woman who respects and loves herself, like this woman who, you can't play with her. Oh, I feel it from the way she speaks, how she is as a person, and that is when you know. It's honestly a really, good thing when you don't get approached. Yeah, period.
I'm at the point in healing where if a man even approaches me or flirts with me, I'm not flattered. It's not really a compliment. In fact, it's kind of an insult because clearly it means I need to tighten the fuck up. What made you think you had a chance? Also, you guys would literally fuck a dead corpse, so it's not like it means much. Please admire from a distance. I don't need to hear about it. I don't need to know about it. Keep it to your fucking self. Thank you.
So my friend just texted me, and she's on a date with a guy that she matched with on Cuffed. conversation has been great up into the date. Like, super excited for the date, super excited to meet him. And they just got done with dinner and she texted me and he asked to split the check. Like, I know it's a modern thing to do. It's totally fine. But I feel like for a first date, maybe not splitting the check is kind of the move. Like, it just left a little bit of a bad taste in her mouth, but she still really likes the guy. So she's a little conflicted now.
Here I am again, getting punished for traveling alone, being single, being alone, which there's nothing wrong with that. I'm in Ghent. I came to this beautiful tea room. They do brunches and lunches, and it's really lovely in there. I came by earlier, made a reservation for tea for one person, and I sat down. It took forever for them to acknowledge me after I was given a menu. And then the owner comes over and she asked me what I want, and I said, "Hi, tea, please." And she goes, "It's from 2 people only. You must have 2 people." And I said, "Well, you didn't mention that earlier when I made the reservation with you." And she said, "You wanted tea earlier?" I said, "Yes." I said, "Tea." And she says, "It's only 2 people." I said, "Can you please make an exception? I'm literally one person. What do you want me to make it up that there's 2 people here? Like, what do you want from me?" And she says, "Sorry." And I said, "Okay." I gathered my things and I got up and left. And she goes, "Sorry. If you were sorry, then you would make an exception." Like, that stuff is very frustrating to me. Why am I being punished for being single?
Like, I made the statement that women will not go for like the most attractive, like hottest guy. Like, that's not who we're like really falling in love with. But then someone else mentioned like, okay, well then why are those the only guys you're matching with on dating apps? And that's like a completely fair question. And I think that like the more I think about it, the reason that they're like matching with men on dating apps that are like super attractive but then like not wanting to date the super attractive guy is because like initially we are like visual creatures and like we see him and we're like, oh, like he probably is like confident, has money, probably harder to get, right? Great. Okay, so initially, like for validation, we're like, we need to get his attention, right? Like we need to see if we're hot enough to get him. But when it actually comes down to it, like going on a date with a guy like that, like they're so full of themselves 90% of the time, and like you don't even like enjoy them, and then like you're not interested anymore. So it's not necessarily that we're like not attracted to the hottest guy. It's just that like in real life, if the hottest guy comes up to us, you've already validated that like we're hot enough for you. Does that make sense? But on a dating app, we're more likely to like match with a hot guy because we want to see if we can get his validation, but we're not necessarily actually interested in him. Because like, to be fair, 90% of the time, like they're just not that interesting. Like hot people just aren't that interesting because they've never had to be. Do you know what I mean? That's why like a lot of hot people are single.
Bullshit.
Bit of a vulnerable post because I'm just in my feelings and it's the Easter break and I just need to get this off my chest. So I am 37 and single. I try to be open-minded. I hate dating apps and I hate small talk. And I'm a busy person, so I don't have time to respond to my own friends and family. So I don't bother wasting people's time on dating apps. But the way that I approach it is just if I meet somebody in real life and they seem like a nice person or we have chemistry or there's something there, then I will be open to speaking to them, observing them as a person and seeing if there might be something between us or not. And I'm tired. I'm tired of their strategies to pursue and court and date a woman. It's lazy. It's 90% focused on my looks and how I'm put together physically, or just attributes I have on paper. Oh, you speak well, and you have a good job or whatever, and your head's screwed on, you got 3 brain cells. Which is the first thing that's going to come across to people. You know, they don't know your personality, what makes you tick, who you are as a person, your cultural background. All of that comes in the process of getting to know people. But what I find consistently time and time again is that effort is not put in to get to that stage. It's just surface level. The beginning is always, phone calls, consistent messages, good morning, good night, so predictable, doesn't mean shit. If you tell me good morning, if you call me beautiful, you're literally just referring to what attracted you to me in the first place. And it doesn't carry meaning to me because many guys, many people, women as well even, will look at you and say, oh, you're beautiful. We're all beautiful. Human beings are beautiful. Women are beautiful. It's not a special, unique thing. But what I find is that these guys will make a lot of effort initially to see what you give back. So they will call and message, and maybe even the first or second date will be extravagant. If they're on point, they'll make a plan and they'll pull out the stops and take you somewhere nice. Now, what I find is that if you don't kiss their arse a little bit back, they give up easy. And I understand that for a relationship to be successful, it has to be a two-way reciprocal connection. But if you're the one who's trying to get my interest, and I'm the one who was not really open to you, but receptive to whatever it is you're having to offer, and you just give up because I'm still observing you, this is what's exhausting. Because I'm not going to give, I'm not going to see your early stage love bombing, your good morning beautiful messages and your nice 1-2 dates, and suddenly start pouring my energy, my love and my attention into you just from a surface level initial introduction. I have too much life experience I know the value of what is inside of me. I know the cost and the risk of giving it away. I know that once I am someone's, I am loyal, I am dedicated, I am committed, and I'm locked in. And I can't be giving away that sort of energy and life force that I know I have to offer somebody just from shallow early stage pursuit. I need to sit back and observe for a long time to get to a point where I feel comfortable enough to start to open up, where I feel like you might be somebody worth my investment. Because when I start to give you my investment, your whole life is going to begin to change for the better. You'll be sleeping better, eating better, dressing better. More money will be flowing into your life. You'll be taking care of yourself more. You'll be laughing more.
She keeps saying men are supposed to pursue like it's some biological law, but biology doesn't even agree with that. In most of the animal kingdom, the dominant males don't chase, they position. They build status, territory, strength, and the females choose them. The peacock isn't running around begging, he stands there with the biggest display and lets the selection happen. The lion isn't chasing lionesses trying to convince them. He holds the pride. That's the real dynamic. So when men stop chasing and start focusing on becoming valuable, it's not them losing the plot, it's them playing the game the way it's always worked at the highest level. And the guys who still chase blindly, they're usually the ones with the least leverage, not the ones women actually compete for.
She want me, she want me, she want me.
She's framing it like she's being punished. But this isn't personal, it's practical. That place isn't built for solo diners doing high tea, it's built for pairs, higher spend, shared experience. 2 people means more revenue, more turnover, simpler service. That's business, not discrimination. But notice the mindset. Everything becomes emotional. Why am I being punished? Instead of, this doesn't fit their model. And that same lens shows up in dating. If something doesn't work out, it feels like rejection, unfairness, punishment, instead of just misalignment. Not everything is about her. Sometimes it's just systems, incentives, and logistics. And once she stops taking everything personally, a lot of frustration disappears, because she'll start seeing things for what they actually are, not what they feel like.
Emotional, damn it!
Younger guy, energy, attention, excitement. Older guy, money, stability, assets. It's all incentives. And when relationships are built on that kind of exchange, They only last as long as the value stays high. The second the value drops, the interest usually follows. So it's not about age, it's about what each side is getting and whether that deal still feels worth it. So what does she offer?
Nothing.
Real men of genius.
Real men